Hi Scorpio, welcome to your end of January 2019 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I'm using the Druid Craft deck, which is an oversized tarot deck. And even if you can't see the cards right now, I will hold them up, so no worries. This card kind of jumped out of here, or I might not have been that mystical. It might have just been kind of stuck to the other one. But so I'll just do this. And cool. You got two of my favorite cards, the Fool and the Magician card. I've been getting some reversed cards lately, which is, I don't mind when they come up randomly rather than, you know, that I held the deck up upside down or something like that. Because they provide a contrast, but also in some cases they may be more positive than in the upright position. People forget that sometimes. I don't know about this case. I'm just, I'll get there when I get there. The heart of the matter is the Magician card. So this is a card of self-empowerment in any area of your life. So an example would be you're working in a job and there's dissatisfaction on your part, but unlike in the past, you can actually see yourself doing something else and maybe even having your own business, and it's not something that frightens you, it's not something that you think is impossible, whereas maybe in the past you were just completely feeling powerless. You were feeling like a victim of circumstance, that the person that you're working for, or the people that you work with, that they controlled your life, that you had to be there. There's a totally different vibe when you are the Magician. In some cases, if you're just in an annoying environment and you want to work for yourself, you can tolerate working in that environment as you spend your off hours building your own business. So it depends on individual circumstances, because some people, they're in a job that is so toxic that if they stayed there much longer, they probably would experience some kind of serious problem. And for some people, it's just either boring or they're just irritated by it. And the point being that it's all in the way that you look at things. If you are in a situation where you feel like you have what it takes to make things happen, and you don't have that sense of dependency, then you feel like free to do other things. In personal relationships, it's pretty much the same thing. People who have a life, and it doesn't mean that they have like a successful career or they've got like just this big circle of friends, a social circle, but they have this sense of their connection to life beyond another person. Those types of people are not dependent on others to define them, to boost their morale all the time. And ironically, I think those people are magnets to others in many cases, versus the people who are very dependent and clingy, and they can't seem to do anything on their own. You know, if you can't go to the movies alone, if you can't go to, you know, anything that you would do, if you don't enjoy your own company, that sucks. But you are the Magician, so you have this real sense of, I'm whole within myself. Anybody who comes into my life is going to add to that. It's not, I'm empty, you fill me up. So it's a totally different vibe, and it's a great vibe. The Magician card is also connected to Gemini, just in case that's somebody that you're involved with on some level. In the past position, we have the Queen of Swords, and this is such, to me, kind of a weird illustration. It kind of reminds me of a Scorpio woman, you know. I'm just teasing you, but this deck, I love the illustrations, but some of them are kind of interesting, that's for sure. No, but they show a woman because obviously a queen is going to be, it could, as a court card, it could be a literal female, but it is that sense of the feminine energy, of feelings, in particular. The swords is about intellect. So here we have this combination of feelings and intellect. Well, in this particular case, it's putting in your mind, what do they call that? Heart over, no, it's like mind over matter, but no. I know I can't think of it. I just woke up not too long ago. And I didn't get much sleep, so I'm kind of spaced. But heart, okay, head over heart, okay? And the thing is that your heart, because you're a water sign. So, and I don't think this is just for water signs. Anybody who is emotionally charged about something, they tend to have a hard time thinking straight, and they can that can make it very difficult to make good decisions too. So it's so important sometimes to put aside your feelings and look at things logically, look at things rationally, and you have done that for some reason. Now the Queen of Swords can be a boss, a female boss, and maybe her way of kind of managing the office or whatever, the business, rubs you the wrong way. Maybe you see her as very curt, as very emotionless. Maybe she's an Aquarius, that just came into my head, or another air sign, Libra or Gemini. This could be like an air sign woman, and she may be very detached, but in a way that you don't appreciate. You might think she's too detached, that she doesn't really have enough feelings about a particular situation, and you don't appreciate that. You think there's something wrong with that. The spiritual message, and by the way, the queen can be the mother. So this could be a situation where you have broken free of a situation. Maybe you were even living at home, and you have been kind of like feeling a lot more self-empowered, or you're going to, because we have here as the spiritual message, the King of Cups. So this could be the father. We have the Queen and the King. In some cases, this could be, because this is a spiritual message, maybe your father has passed and he is helping you have the courage to get away from this Queen of Swords. It could be in a situation, maybe you have this option to move in with him if he is living, and he may understand you more. He may be a water sign like you, so a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, and it's possible that you were always identifying with your mother, but you have more in common with your father. This can even be something to do, maybe it's a mother-in-law, and you have kind of declared your freedom to do things the way that you see fit. Maybe she second guesses you, you're married, and things like that. Another thing, if it's something like that, and you have a partner, a husband or a partner who is like the King of Cups, maybe a water sign, maybe older than you, maybe very sensitive, that person should be telling his mother that he is taking, to leave you alone. And if he is not doing that, then you have another problem on your hands. Because that tends to be the biggest problem, is that the spouse or the partner is not keeping that parent in check. They may be controlled by the parent too, and you're not being controlled anymore by this person. Now, the King of Cups in the workplace could even be like somebody who's like above the Queen of Swords, maybe hierarchy, who does get you and understand you, or will understand you if you need to talk to this person. Perhaps you had to be the Queen of Swords to get out of a bad relationship, and there is a King of Cups individual around you who likes you and who you are better suited for. What crosses you is represented by the Strength card. I wonder if that's a Leo. Because I was saying, I think in Leo's video, I was saying that they like Scorpios. But this Leo individual, maybe that's who you cut loose. Maybe that's who you had to cut loose because they were behaving badly. If there was somebody in your life that you had to cut, you have to make sure that you keep them out. The Strength card in the challenged position can also be weakening your resolve. So you may have made a decision that you're pretty comfortable with as the Queen of Swords, and yet now you're kind of like, time has elapsed and you're thinking, well, maybe it's not so bad. And it's like, no, it really is bad. Don't do it. And also, this can mean that you still have healing to do in some way. With the Magician, you may feel like you are strong, but you may have bouts of insecurity. Did I make the right decision? And if you haven't made a decision yet, like if you haven't left your job, you may start to question yourself from time to time, and that's normal. It's not about shutting down your feelings and not questioning yourself. It's simply moving in the right direction towards independence. What is coming in is represented by the Prince of Cups in the challenged position. So this is the upright position, which this corresponds to the Knight of Cups. But this person in the reversed position is emotionally immature, okay? And this person, if you try to assert yourself, there's a good chance that you're going to get blowback, pushback from this individual, and you have to stand your ground. You can't become, weak because somebody doesn't give in to your desires or your demands or doesn't respect your freedom. Understand that when you are becoming more self-sufficient, that will trigger people who are trying to keep you down. Just bank on it. And, especially if they were controlling, that's how they feel powerful in how they define themselves, is through being able to control other people. So, of course, they're not going to just give in to your demands or your decision. They're not going to respect it. You have to be willing to be okay with that and still be like, okay, I'm going to pursue what I said I was going to pursue. And that's that. And also, be on the lookout for anyone. This could be a male water sign who is very manipulative. They may be even having some kind of a drinking problem, and they have never grown up. It's possible that this is connected to your workplace or the person that you've been getting away from. I don't think with the King of Cups, it's in the upright position and it's in the spiritual position, so this is not the same thing. This is somebody who doesn't have necessarily your best interests at heart, because they have a lot of problems in their own life. Now, the Knight of Cups can mean an offer. So in the reversed position, this could be a bogus offer. So if you tell your boss that you're giving them, whatever, 2 weeks notice or whatever, and they say, we'll up your pay 30% or whatever, they try to make you feel like they're going to honor you or do something. Be very wary of that. Get it in writing, because they could be just full of it, trying to keep you there, keep you stuck, and that is a temptation. It's a great temptation for a fixed sign that doesn't really like change to begin with. So just be on the lookout for something like that. The outcome, which I love, is the Fool card. And in the Rider-Waite deck as well, this card is depicted as somebody looking at the heavens and yet about to fall off a cliff. But it's not meant in a way that, and of course the knapsack, the theme of the journey, the adventure. It's a new journey, it's a new adventure, 0 degrees. Well, it's funny, I said degrees, and I should just said 0. But I was actually thinking of the lunar eclipse in Leo at the end of this month, which is at 0 degrees of Leo, and we have had several of these 0 degree full moons in recent months, and we are going to have them for a couple more months. So full moons typically are associated with closure, endings, culminations, and 0 is the unknown quantity or quality, and so the person doesn't know the potential for their endeavor. That's what the Fool card represents. It's a new cycle, a new journey, and there's no way to tell which way it's going to go. But the Fool doesn't care. The Fool isn't worried about direction. The Fool just wants to be roaming, exploring, having these adventures, because it confers freedom. It's something that feels adventurous and therefore exciting, because the pure potential of the situation, it's like the seed. And so your approach to life in this way can be very exhilarating, and you may be embarking on this new journey in the near future, because, and it might just be in one area of your life, and it might be just in the area of starting your own business, which is something totally new for you, or starting a new relationship with somebody that is very caring. Maybe it is like the King of Cups. Or being alone. Maybe you've been in a relationship for many years and the Fool card represents you being able to kind of answer only to yourself from now on. And there's an exhilarating quality to you about that. Okay, Scorpio, that's what I have for you. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, most of my readings are astrologically based, using your natal chart. And the link to my website or to specific readings are down below. Otherwise, have a great rest of January. Take care. Bye.